Hey, welcome back. Peanut. I was thinking about changing my name to Double Trouble, but we'll leave it at that. Peanut for now. So, I put an ad in the paper. I guess it does pay to advertise. Wanted double barrel. Or double barrels. Fixer-upper. Nothing, no antiques, nothing expensive. And I get a call today. Excuse me for tidying. I get a call today. A guy calls me up and says, hey, I got a couple of them. He's about 30 miles away. I was on a highway, so I turned around. I said, I'll be right there. He gave me his address. The one he said's in rough shape. He didn't want much for that, but the other one's not too bad a shape. He said, I said, well, what do you want for him? He's like, well, don't need to hear that running. He said, well, I said, well, I'd have to come look at him. So I went and looked at him, and this is one of them. Alright, looks like a pretty nice old shoddy. Lockup's pretty nice on it. The barrels could use some bluing. There's a couple little nicks that you can feel with your fingers that I'll take care of. And I'll re-blue that barrel. It does have this front sight post. Or BB is, whatever you call it. Pretty nice rifle. It's got nice checkering. It is a Ranger. Excuse me. Can you see that? A Ranger. That makes it a Sears, I believe. If you can place the date, let me know. High pressure. High pressure compressed steel barrel and lug forged in one piece. Wow. Impressive. So this is only $150 for, but I had a problem, and I wish I had took a video before I started, but I always jump in. But you'll still get to see it, what somebody did. Somebody stamped their name into it. With the wood stamp. They sit there and they took and they tapped their name into it. It's upside down. Oh, it's right tied up there, right? Yeah. So like that, it's level. Some people are crazy. But anyway, I am going to do my best to sand that out and match that stain because I don't want to sand this all down. This wood is beautiful. Check out this tiger stripe foregrip. Isn't that incredible? It looks like tiger stripes. That's all original. Checkering. Hand cut checkering. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that checkering. Hand cut. This is a... I don't see a serial number, so I know it's old. I'm going to guess 40s or 50s. If somebody knows, please let me know. I can tell you a serial number. 65,872 and 72. I think it kind of acts like it might have ejectors. I don't know. That thing pops out of there pretty far. I don't know. If you know, again, let me know. I know nothing about this gun. Except somebody stamped their name. Ralph Seppi from Freeland, Pennsylvania. Well, Ralph Seppi, no. Bad. Bad. Anyway, I sanded through the clear coat or the poly. I sanded through the stain so I could get at that, and I put some water on it to soak the grain up. Sometimes that swells the grain up, and I think it's working. I'm going to try to do it again, and then it'll take less sanding. and you won't have a big flat spot. But that's where I am right now. That's basically its only flaw. $150 gun. We'll stop the video and I'll see if I can't get that out. So I'm still sanding away at it. Got my Black & Decker going with some, I think it's 120 grit. And you can still see some of it in there. And of course you can't just sand one spot because then I'll get a divot in my stock. So I'm trying to keep it level best I can. And I'm hoping like heck I can blend that stock in with the right stain. But I'm still working at it. It's still in there. We're going to sand some more. So I got it pretty good. You can't tell that was any kind of writing. It just looks like maybe some imperfections in the wood. It's perfectly flat and I can live with that. So we're going to try the stain. That looks like it's got a reddish color to it. So we're going to try the gun stock stain and on a little corner, see how it looks. And hopefully I can get away with a little bit of True Oil, a couple coats of True Oil over that. Give it that gloss to match that in with the rest. Anyway, we're going to give it a try. Excuse me. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that very well, if the camera picks it up very good. You see the gloss, but that gun stock stain looks like the exact same stain. To my eye, it doesn't look it in the camera, but to my eye, that's the exact same color. I don't know if I'm going to spray this quick with a lacquer, or I'm going to probably spray it, because get her done, hammer it out, finish it up. It feels pretty good. There's no like flat spot. You can see just a tiny little bit. They just look like artifacts in the wood. I gotta call it good enough. I can't sand. I could sand more, but you know, there's a point when you call good enough, and to me that's good enough. So I think I'm gonna try some fast dry lacquer on that. I'll probably take the buttstock off and just free spray it, you know, freestyle, and just try to overlap it a little bit. And then when it's all done, there might be some rubbing compound involved with blending it. Some of my auto body training coming in maybe. But whatever I do, it's going to be better than it was. So let's give it a shot. My stock drying here in the side view. I don't want to show you that yet. It does look pretty good, but barrel had a couple little nicks that you could feel with your fingers. I sanded them down. I'm not going to strip these barrels completely down. I've done that in the past. I've had mixed results. I'm just going to try to blue over top the bare spots, see what it looks like. This gun's never going to be a show gun. It's just going to be an everyday shooter. For what I paid for it, I just want to make it presentable, have it look half decent, and who knows, someday, if I get hard up for money, maybe I'll sell it, I don't know. But so far, I like it. I like it that it's a Sears, I like that it's a Ranger, and it's fairly modern. But anyway, you can't really see it that well. There's some rough or buff spots where I buffed through, sanded. I steel wooled it. Now I'm going to hit it with acetone and try the super blue, see what it looks like. I'll probably have to do it a couple times, you know, with the steel. You do it with the steel wool and do it again. That's where I'm at now. So I got my barrels blued. You're not going to be able to see a whole lot from the camera, but they look pretty good. They're not perfect, but I'm not striving for perfection. I never do. I'd like to get her done. It turned out pretty good. I sanded them and steel wooled them. I sanded them with, it looks like 150, real lightly, because there was a couple really jagged spots. Anyway, I buffed it with steel wool, hit it with acetone, the super glue. You've seen that. All the bare spots, it blued right away. And a couple of little scratches, it blew them in. And it really turned out, you know, pretty good. If I completely stripped them, they might be 5%, 10% better maybe. It's just not worth it for me, for the extra work. They look really good just the way they are. It is an old gun. It's not supposed to look brand new. So those are the barrels. Which side did I fix? That side? Or that side? Can you tell me? Well, if you pick this side here, you're wrong. Doesn't have quite as much gloss to it. This I hit a couple times with the lacquer. This side is the side I fixed. And as far as color goes, I think I matched it pretty darn good. It's got a nice red to it. If anything, I overdid it with the lacquer. And I might have to do some lacquer to this side just to even it out. That's a quick dry lacquer. Lacquer usually sticks to anything. So I don't know. Maybe I'll do some alcohol on that. I don't want to use acetone. Maybe some alcohol on this side and give the side I didn't touch a real quick coat of that lacquer so they're both kind of shiny. And it's hard to see in the camera. It really is. But that blended amazing. I might hit it. It's been about 20 minutes. I could touch it, but I might hit it with some 2500 grit and then buff it. Maybe that would bring the shine down a little bit too. I might try that first. But just the way it is there, good enough. It's a shooter. It's never going to be a showpiece. Pretty happy with it just the way it is. So there we go. I gotta let the barrels cure overnight. That's dry to touch in 2 hours, but you're supposed to let it handle after 2 hours. So I can handle after 2 hours. So maybe in 2 hours I'll assemble this shotgun. And I know in a lot of my videos I misspeak a lot. I called this a rifle. Called this a buttstock. I do that a lot. It's just something I do. I speak faster than I think. But I'm fairly decent with my hands, so I have some redeeming qualities. But when I say something wrong like that, you know what I mean. That's just part of who I am. I still hope you enjoy watching the videos to see, you know, the things that I do and how basically I luck out. But we'll do another recap when I get this all together. Okay, so I got the Ranger done. Can't see it very good in the camera, but bluing took pretty good. I didn't have to touch that beautiful foregrip. And the stock turned out really, really nice. You can't tell which side I even worked on, can you? Put a coat of lacquer on both. everything was shiny anyway, so it kind of blended in really well. If I gotta look, now I know which side I worked on. I worked on this side here. That's the side I sanded down and restained, and just a couple coats of lacquer. Nothing too fancy. This side remained untouched, other than I did put a coat of lacquer on it. One coat, so it was just as shiny as the other side, and it looks more even. But that was an easy fix. No more double trouble for that guy. And if it wasn't so late, I'd go get me some. Maybe we'll do a shooting video of this later. Still pretty tight. This is a good gun. Ranger. And this concludes my video of the Ranger. This was an easy fix. All I had to do was sand down the stock, match the stain, clear coated. I used lacquer. I got lots of options, but I went with a quick and easy, and it dries quick. Barrels, I just blued right over the bad spots, and they look really nice. They got some faint light scratches in them, which there ain't much you can do about it. I ain't sanding them down, because this gun is never going to be worth more than a couple $100. But I'm really tired. I think I'm going to go to bed anyway. This is another double trouble fixed. And as always, thanks for watching.